These first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Rodgers going to throw. Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Pass caught, it's Romeo Doubs. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Up the middle, Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive it started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Throwing is Rodgers. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Those defense for the Packers, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Cousins on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 49 yards.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd and goal, Cousins. Toward the pylon, caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal.
Cousins on the keeper, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Vikings have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw there into the hands of Ross.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? You're able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And again, it's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. John Ross, his 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Packers have retaken the lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. Room here to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Cousins from the gun on third. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. A first down throw for Cousins. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. Cousins now. This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys have now moved out in front. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Tavon Young in on the tackle. The Packers at 13-2 on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And some room to work. 20. 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down the one. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I wanted to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. On the sneak, Rodgers. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down.
Rodgers going to try and run.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And this one is right through.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Cousins to throw it. He's got a man, complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
A gain of 37 yards. First down, Vikings.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They run again on first down, Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Cousins. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes.
He's at the 30. 10. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still have the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing, Cousins. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones.
And he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return.
And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Well, these Packers and these Packer fans really thrive with the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10.
Rodgers now to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Jordan. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
61 yards on the ground for him so far.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Rodgers going to throw. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. He's got Jordan complete right side. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Open to Ennis Ross, complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. And his kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try to play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. Here's Johnson with a reception. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 30. Cousins again. Being chased out left. Over the middle, complete. That's Osborne.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
From the red zone now, Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
K.J. Osborne.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the fourth.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Here's Rodgers to throw on second down. And his throw is incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Watson making the catch.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a one-point game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And inside give to Jones.
To about the 40-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Rodgers to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Cousins gives way to Cook. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Bring up 48.
Cousins to throw.
And, oh, it's incomplete. That would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Hey, flip.
Now Cousins. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out.
Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game. Well, this game has not been short on intrigue, but that's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown, and when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
Done. Hey, we're good, we're good.
Cousins here to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter.